Fellow citizens, a son of hope like the Musician Union of Liberia on coronavirus. We are at a crossroad where the world is hit by coronavirus, declared as a pandemic, but there is hope.
This is Julian, the no shaking. The sign of humanity with great humility, with empathy, emerge victorious. The world is a big old place, but it's a global feeling. Let's show love and care to the world. There is hope, the world will find a vaccine. You will never win coronavirus. There is hope, the world will find a vaccine. You will never win coronavirus.
I know I cannot see, but coronavirus doesn't care who's blind or who can see. We wash our hands with soap and water every day or use sanitizer. God, forgive us. Save the world and stop coronavirus. God, forgive us. Save the world and stop coronavirus.
I said together we can do it, yeah. Together we can make it, we can see it, yeah. I said together we can do it, Together we can make it, corona, yeah. Wash your hand, I wash my hand. But hey, you spell my brother, man. Don't touch your friend, I know you spell my brother, man.
The whole world is hate with a virus. Coronavirus, you can never break us. Together we can fight and overcome it. Let's join hands and unite the world.
We are resilient people. We will never be broken. We will never be broken with this coronavirus.
All people and all nations, this is the way go. Hey, how did we get here? Oh, we don't know.
Coronavirus never come here, it's there. Le congé not for you, Liberia not for you. If we unite our brothers and sisters, we can heal the world. For real, let's positive, no negativity. For better, for worse, we can save Liberia.
Fellow Liberians, let us all continue to wash our hands often with soap, clean water, or use sanitizer at all times. The government of Liberia will stand by you, work with you, and work for you until we kick coronavirus out of Liberia, our motherland.
We'll be watching our hair, hold don't stop there, go away, shuffle.
We can fight this coronavirus together. Let her kick it strictly into the Atlantic Ocean. Right now, everybody say right now.
Liberians, we are strong, truly made of African iron. May God bless Liberia from this deadly virus.
Yo, I'm telling you all the truth, my people, that not Coloma. You heard about the virus, the people called Corona. The CC people, they what they making people can travel. No hugging, no shaking hands, no too many meeting friends, don't take that chance.
There is hope, that's what I can say. There is hope.
Our union make us strong. Together we work it, coronavirus, COVID-19, out of my Liberia.
Take exercise, keep the body heated. Together, coronavirus is defeated. Don't shake hands, use sanitizer. No hugging your friend, it's serious. You already know. C to the O.
Fellow citizens, to Together, we are stronger. In union strong, success is sure. With God above, our rise to prove we will overall prevail. With valor, unpretending, long live Liberia happy land, the home of glorious liberty by God's command. George Manuel.
The whole world is hate with a virus. Coronavirus, you can never break us. Together we can fight and overcome it. Let's join hands and unite the world.
You will not last long, coronavirus, as long as we fight it together. We are heroes and we will overcome you. Overcome you.
I no more hugging, no kissing, no touching, no more handshaking. Wash your hand clean before eating and drinking. Keep your community clean, no more gathering. Tell you my youth, Corona is in town. Tell you.
Oh, our health workers there, nurses, doctors, scientists, and social workers. Gotta fight Corona with social distancing. We salute all of you.
Our continent in the world. 8 bodies, vicious killer. Corona, Corona. We will make it back as coming. We will find a cure. We will find a cure.
And not for play. Let's keep on watching our hands now. Telling it to everyone, every day and every hour. Cleaning your environment.
Corona is real. Oh, everywhere you go,
Wash your hands.
even your home.
Wash
We say
your hands.
Dr. George Manuel, President of the Republic of Liberia. We say thank you for the fight against coronavirus.
We say thank you to the Monrovia City government, Mayor Jefferson Tamakuchi, for your support to the Musicians Union as we keep coronavirus out of the world. The whole world is hate with a virus. Coronavirus, you can never break us. Together we can fight and overcome it. Let's join hands and unite the world.
Greetings, my fellow Liberians. I am Mr. A.B. Shafa Kroma. Remember I say coronavirus is real and deadly. Please follow all precautionary measures from the government and health authorities and be safe. Thank you.
Crusaders for peace.
You already know it's next week. The Liberian president, George Opomane Gbegugbewiya, has done a music project called Let's Fight Corona. So listen to this song as he spares a message.
We are project. Liberia. Mama Liberia. Must all rise. Let's stand together to fight Corona. Uncertainty, no security, everything is possible. It could be your mama, your papa, brother and sister. Let's stand together to fight this deadly disease now. Walk on the world we're living, for the uncertainty, no security, everything is possible. It could be your mother, your father, even your sister. Let's stand together to fight this deadly disease now. From Asia to Europe, from Europe to America, to Africa. Take precaution. Be safe.
It could be your mama, your brother, sister, or father. Let's stand together. Mama Liberia. God bless Mama Liberia and the rest of the world.
Coronavirus spreads via droplets. When the person coughs or sneezes, the droplets land on surfaces and are picked up on the hands of others and spread further. People catch the virus when they touch their infected hands to their mouth, nose, or eyes. It follows that the single most important thing you can do to protect yourself is keep your hands clean by washing them frequently with soap and water or hand sanitizer. What is the incubation period of COVID-19? It appears that symptoms are showing up in people within 14 days of exposure to the virus. What are the symptoms of COVID-19? COVID-19 symptoms include cough, fever, shortness of breath. In rare cases, COVID-19 can lead to severe respiratory problems, kidney failure, or death. If you have a fever or any kind of respiratory difficulty, such as coughing and shortness of breath, call your doctor.
Coronavirus is real, but together we can fight it.
From Asia to Europe, from Europe to America, America to Africa. Take precaution. Be safe.
It could be your mama, your brother, sister, or father. Let's stand together. Mama Liberia.
Amen.
Fellow citizens, a son of hope like the Musician Union of Liberia on coronavirus. We are at a crossroad where the world is hit by coronavirus, declared as a epidemic, but there is hope.
This is Julian, you know, shaking. The sons humanity with great humility, with empathy, we must victorious. The world is a big old place, but it's a global feeling. Let's show love and care to the world. There is hope, the world will find a vaccine. You will never win coronavirus. There is hope, the world will find a vaccine. You will never win coronavirus.
I know I cannot see, but coronavirus doesn't care who's blind or who can see. We will wash our hands with soap and water every day or use sanitizer. God, forgive us. Save the world and stop coronavirus. God, forgive us. Save the world and stop coronavirus.
I said together we can do it, yeah. Together we can make it, we can see ya today. I said together we can do it, Together we can make it, corona ya today, yeah. Wash your hand, I wash my hand. But hey, you spell my bread up, man. Don't touch your friend, I know you spell my bread up, man.
The whole world is hate with a virus.
No, no. I'm not hearing you on the computer.
cannot hear me, just give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me, say I can hear you. I don't know what's going on here. The devil is a liar. If anybody can hear me, let me know. Yes. Hello, can you hear me? Okay. So now, Tikamo, you can unmute your... Let me try to unmute you. Okay. Let's see here. I know you can hear me, but you need to unmute your microphone so the audience can hear you as well. Unmute yourself, please. Okay, so yes, everybody, I'm sorry we've been having some difficulties. So you can hear me now, right? Perfectly. Okay, go ahead and introduce yourself. I have my co-host here. Go ahead and introduce yourself. And hey, everybody, while we go through this, please share the live and don't worry about what was going on. Everybody can have some difficulties, okay? So, Tikamo, you can go ahead and introduce yourself. Oh, Liberia.
The Liberian president, George Opomane Gbegugbe has done a music project called Let's Fight Corona. So listen to this song as he spares a message.
We are project. Liberia, Mama Liberia. Must all rise. Let's stand together to fight Corona. Uncertainty, no security, everything is possible. It could be your mama, your papa, brother and sister. Let's stand together to fight this deadly disease now. Walk on the world we're living, for the uncertainty, no security, everything is possible. It could be your mother, your father, even your sister. Let's stand together to fight this deadly disease now. From Asia to Europe, Corona. From Europe to America, Corona. America to Africa, Corona. Take precaution. Corona. Be safe. It could be your mama, Corona. Your brother, sister, or father. Corona. Let's stand together. Corona. Mama Liberia. God bless Mama Liberia and the rest of the world.
Let's stand together to fight for
doesn't cough or sneeze. The jobless land on surfaces and a big cup on the hands of others. It's prayer for them.
Fellow citizens, the Son of Hope, like the Musician Union of Liberia on coronavirus. We are at a crossroad where the world is hit by coronavirus, declared as a epidemic. But there is hope.
This is Julian, you know, shaking. The serve humanity with great humility, with empathy, we must victorious. The world is a big old place, but it's a global feeling. Let's show love and care to the world. There is hope, there is hope. The world will find a vaccine.
Yep.
You will never win coronavirus. There is hope. The world will find a vaccine. You will never win coronavirus.
I know I cannot see, but
Yeah, man, Sam, I'm not hearing you
coronavirus
for the
doesn't
computer.
care.
I'm not hearing you
Who's
for
going
the
on who can see? We
No,
wash
no.
our hands with soap and water every day, or use
I'm not hearing you from the laptop.
God, forgive us.
I should call the
Step
program
up
off.
and stop coronavirus. God, forgive us. Save the world and stop coronavirus.
I said together we can do it, yeah. Together we can make it, we can see it, I said together we can do it, Together we can make it, corona, yeah. Wash your hand, I wash my hand. But hey, you spell my bread up, man. Don't touch your friend, I know you spell my bread up, man.
The whole world is
The volume is high.
coronavirus, you can never break us. Together we can fight and overcome it. Let's join hands and unite the world.
It's off the Bluetooth and we're listening to you from the computer.
We were down, we broke up. We were down,
On the,
never be broke.
no, the headphone Bluetooth is not connected. No.
Okay, everybody. Hello, I'm sorry. We're having some technical difficulties. Now we find Mr. Tikamo. Can you introduce yourself? The noise is too much. So now you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, can you introduce yourself to the audience? Let them know who you are.
Former worker of the Ghana event, but currently I left Ghana event, and I'm currently with Let's Talk About It with Muku.
Okay, everybody, we say share the live. We have been having difficulties, right? Technical difficulties with our volume, but now we are okay and we are on tag. This broadcast is all about raising funds for our people in Liberia. For we all know the situation that is going on right now in Liberia. So we have come together and decided that we ask and plead to you guys to be a blessing. So we have some videos that were sent from Liberia. Whatever the noise in the background, I don't know, but let's play this coronavirus awareness. You know, we have had a lot of calls, and we were told that this situation that we need to respond to. So So we are here to talk about it, to be a blessing. In any way we can be a blessing. So in any way we can be a blessing. So I just want to play a little bit of video here, and then we play a little documentary on the virus in Liberia. Don't just come and look at me, share the video, and we have our Cash App number. And I got a couple of donation already since yesterday. People has been donating, and I say thank you to Linda Love Diamond. She has donated to our fundraiser. So everybody who's donate to this worthy cause will be recognized, and in any way that we can. And I just want you to know that whatever you contribute today, whatever that you contribute today, I want you to know that God will bless you and He will multiply. So there were some videos that we were to upload from people. Unfortunately, we could not because of some, downloading the video. It was too large, so we had limited time to work on it. So you guys just share our video if you can hear us. Just let us know that you can hear us and participate. If you feel the need and you want to be a part of this broadcast, to give us your input and tell us and talk to the audience and talk to people on what to do, or anything, that's our WhatsApp number in the US. You can call that number, and we only take WhatsApp call only WhatsApp call we're gonna take. We cannot take direct calls. There's a reason why we cannot take direct calls. If you call me directly, you won't be able to get to me. So I will play this video, and we will step aside for a minute, and while we mute our microphones,
This is not only to go ever afraid.
Everybody afraid to do. How old are you, brother? What is your name?
My name is
Joe Caesar. So what are you doing for a living? Because I see you posing right.
I work for a living. I sponsor me and my family.
Okay. But since the corona outbreak, how the business going on?
The business not only to go ever afraid.
Everybody afraid to do what to buy.
Buy.
Okay. Everybody putting food in their houses.
Yeah.
So since the corona outbreak, what kinds of responsibility are you taking as a father for your family?
All my children are from school. They must go nowhere. They come to the house and sit and make sure and wash your hand. Tell me.
Okay, so is school closed today? How will you feel?
If school closed today, I will feel bad.
Because of what?
Because it happened last year again. We spend that same money, then that money goes, and the children people say.
Oh, so many will repeat the same class?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So if the government say lockdown, how will you feel?
I will feel bad.
Because
no hustle, then how my children will eat. I can pass one before my children myself survive. So we say lockdown now, and the government not feeding up. So it will be difficult on my part.
Okay, so what you want to say up there to the people?
I want to sit up there, those who understand at least let it help us. Yeah, because when government say lockdown, we got no way to go. At least we can help us with anything that we hold it, and that will not easy. No business going.
Okay, your name again?
This Joe Caesar.
Okay, Joe Caesar. This is Let's Talk About Muku. We'll come back to you in subsequent time. Thank you. Okay.
Liberia recorded a first case of the coronavirus on March 16, 2020. Health authorities knew that dealing with this virus was going to be a marathon and not a sprint. Day by day, the cases started doubling, bringing a reimagination of Ebola. Lockdown became our new normal. Few months later, we started living life we probably took for granted. Here comes a third wave with killer variants. We take you inside the treatment unit on Starbase, where patients are fighting for their lives. We follow Dr. Richard Doe, head doctor, at this treatment unit as he makes his rounds at the confirmed wards and the intensive care unit.
So I was checking his oxygen saturation to know the level of oxygen that he has with running through his system. And he came in quite a bad condition. So usually the saturation should be, of a normal person should be 97, 98, 99. But his saturation was at 71%. So we place him on oxygen, but we have different devices for different amount of oxygen that we want to get. He's currently doing quite well on 10 liters, so we have to change from the non-rebreather mask, which is the highest level that goes between 11 to 15, to change him to a simple face mask where he can get between 5 to 10 liters per minute.
Which category is he?
Pardon?
Which category? Is he in the red zone?
This is all red zone. Okay? And he's currently having severe disease because the cutoff for severe disease are those who require oxygen.
In this strange war against an invisible enemy, patients on and off oxygen are battling against breathing attack. Here is a patient whose situation is not as severe as those on oxygen.
I didn't know that I had contracted COVID. I didn't know. It just started off with coughing and sneezing, and then chills and fever and malaria, and then I felt, that I was better. But then my husband also had the same symptoms, but he didn't get better, and he started to have the tightness in the chest. And I took him to JFK on June 12th. Well, before I took him to JFK, I took him to Fidelity. And then Fidelity let me know that he needed oxygen and that he had pneumonia. And they said they didn't have any beds. And I begged them, I cried. I said, can you please put him on oxygen if you have the oxygen? They said no. I said, just find a space on the corner, and they said no. So we went over to JFK and got him on oxygen, but there was no space. So he stayed in the ER for 3 days until the 15th. And Dr. Brown made a call, and based on my husband's condition, it was not good. And we came here to Starbase. Oh my God. Especially when I was at JFK, I cried for so many people. Seeing people lose their lives because they came and there was no space or there was no oxygen. You know, it was heartbreaking. You know, and coming here, I haven't seen it, but you know, you don't have to see to know that people need. You know, it is very emotional. It's very taxing. It's been very taxing. This is very real. This is real, very real. I don't think any of these people that are in these rooms and people that are on oxygen, I don't think any of them feel like it's unreal. Only somebody who's not experiencing this, or someone who doesn't have a family member or a friend that's in here that's experiencing, they're the only ones who's going to believe that it's not real.
Nurses and doctors in the treatment unit are adding humanity to service, making choices they cannot avoid just to save lives.
I feel so comfortable to help them because they are my Liberian brothers and sisters, fathers. Because if I don't help them, who is going to help them? Yes, I'm a mother, I have family who have to take the risks to save other lives. Like, you see, sometimes people can have to help to change the pumper, help them to even sponge bath them. I cried 2 days ago where I lost 2 patients that we catered to over 3 weeks, and they were responding later on, their condition changed. So even that very day I got sick. To even come in, it was very hard for me because I feel the pain they went through, and even my own effort, I look at it, but it is God's will. Nothing you can do about it.
We don't just serve medicine, you know. I'm a staunch Christian, so most of the time, despite just giving medications, you see me praying for the patient, because when a patient dies, it actually breaks my heart, because most of the patients, they have their families at home. Some, they have more than household to feed. So when that person dies, it breaks my heart a lot. So usually we go beyond our bound just by giving medication. We also give extra care, counsel. We serve as counselors, we serve as doctors, and we also serve as pastors, because we have to pray as well for our patients. So usually those decisions, sometimes you know the signs, but you just got to go the extra mile. You defy the signs. Sometimes most of the patients will survive. So we make a lot of decisions, sometimes beyond. Sometimes you see the patient, you know the patient who is going to die, but you have to go the extra mile, get real, go beyond the signs, and like your faith, you just hold on to your faith. You say, maybe if I try, and then it goes against survive. So.
Not many are lucky enough to survive the wrath of COVID. The Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Francis Kete, explains the process of disinfecting the dead and health workers disposing the body.
What you've just seen here is that someone has expired, and it's so sad. And like the nurse was just telling you, after doing everything and that person expires, it becomes difficult. But what you saw is a process and procedure. Someone who dies from COVID or infectious disease, there is a way to prepare them and take them. And this is why you cannot take anyone that died from an infectious disease to any funeral home and so forth, because even if you want to do embalmment, there are specific ways that you have to do that. So the processes you've seen here is how they were able to put this person in the bag, and after the bag, they have to go ahead and spray that, spray the bag and spray themselves and so forth. What they are using is that high level of chlorine that they are using to basically kill whatever infectious agent that has caused the death and so forth, and also protecting themselves. So they will have to go through the process of basically removing the PPE and so forth. So they couldn't do that without the PPE. They have to wear everything.
Those recovering from COVID-19 will never win their battle without the sacrifices of health workers on the front line. To avoid experiencing this battle, follow the health protocols and stay safe.
Okay, everybody. So we are back. So, Tikamon, can you please give us an update on how? Can you unmute your microphone, please? Can you unmute your? Okay, there you go. You can hear me now. So, can you please give us an update on the situation in Liberia? And I know you went out there. And I know you went out there and did an interview with a lot of people. Unfortunately, we cannot post the video. So can you tell us the situation in Liberia and what the needs of the people, so we can be able to, contribute in any way? You are not audible. Your microphone is mute. All right, you're fine. You're fine now. You're fine. Go ahead.
I am the co-host of Let's Talk About Muku on Muku TV. All right. The situation in Liberia as it relates to COVID-19 is a particular one that we all have to take seriously. As I speak to you, the death rate in Liberia is very huge, to the extent that people are being punished on a daily basis. So, What we are actually asking government to continue to do as they have started is to make sure to implement the health protocol to the fullest. That is to deploy task force that will make it look compulsory for people to wash their hands, use nose mask on a daily basis so that we can avoid this very disease. Now, as you go up in Liberia, you will find that people are always taking precautions, but not everyone. Few communities, people are still in denial. They don't really believe that coronavirus existed or is existing, but all they do believe that the government is funding means so that they can get funding from their donor partners. But on a serious note, if you visit some hospital like I have done, you will understand that the virus is serious and is killing people. So we have talked with a lot of people and they are all asked if donors can continue to help Liberians with food, with hand washing materials such as with hand washing buckets and faucets, chlorine, hand sanitizer, and continue to give them nose masks. That would be very, very helpful to Liberians in Liberia, especially in most of our countries. Are you there with me?
So we have come, we decided that we will do a little fundraiser in order to be able to assist people in Liberia because it's a tough situation for us who went through it in America. Sometimes I sit and say, look, Africa, Liberia, as poor as we are, one of the poor nation in Liberia, we should have learned from the U.S. We went through a deadly situation here. People are complaining there's no bed. Hospitals are full. It's the same thing in the U.S. We went through it. There were times we never had beds. People were laying all in the hallway in the hospital because of the pandemic. That was a crisis that we are in. So now, what can we do for our people? What can we do for our nation? So last year when the pandemic broke up, Divine and I, we donated some faucet, those rubber buckets. We donated those rubber buckets in Liberia to the less fortunate, the handicapped people. We donated some buckets, we donated some food and stuff like that. So now that the pandemic have hit our country really, really hard, so we have come out with a plan. My team and I, we have come up with a plan to identify with communities and schools. Like I said, unfortunately, we could not upload the video because we never had time to do it. But we had some interview with students and Otikano. I went through the video of the interview. So can you briefly tell me about the interview? Who were those students and what were the requests to us in order to help them? Your microphone is mute. Tikamu, you got to unmute your microphone. Okay, there you go. You're fine now. Yeah.
The interview conducted was actually with students from the biggest and only high school in the Swagger Island community, opposite Stephen A. Tobo Estate. Swagger Island is a community that is located within Ghana's and has an inhabitant of over 8,000 people living there. Now, the students actually have applied a little effort in creating some awareness, but they told me that they need to continue the awareness program because There are people that are still in denial of the virus. So the awareness has to go to the length and breadth of the Republic of Liberia. With that, people will be able to understand that coronavirus is serious. There are people who have not even heard about coronavirus as we speak. They don't even know that this virus exists. Now, one student in presence of doing.but told me that their organization called The Brain have made tremendous efforts in creating awareness. But the secret issue is there are lack of resources. And when I ask them what are those resources that they need us, students doing.but makes me to understand that they are in need of hand washing buckets because everybody goes to create the awareness. They will tell people to wash their hands on a daily basis. But how can people wash their hands on a daily basis when they cannot afford the hand washing material such as Tide soap, chloride, and even the hand washing bucket with the faucet? They cannot afford it because of the constrained situation and economic situation we face with in Liberia. Now, I didn't stop there. I interviewed some market women who told me that they had a bucket before, but since that bucket was discussed, nobody has come to their aid to provide them a hand washing material. And all the girls from their little business is to feed themselves and send their little children to school. Currently, as I speak, schools are at the verge of closing. Fast, daycare, and elementary schools are already closed. So they mentioned a few. The DKC elementary schools are already closed because they want to be in compliance with government regulations. So the great organization that reside within Southern Island and River Beach communities are asking philanthropists, humanitarians, and even well-meaning Liberians if they can actually help them with hand washing materials, with buckets, with chloride, with hand sanitizer, they can be adequately equipped to continue the awareness. Now, so the market here, most of the people who sell in the market are awful. They do those things so as to feed themselves and their families. Because as we speak, the coronavirus has hit the entire fabric of our country. So they extend that there are fathers who are not working because government has reduced their workforce and all other sectors have reduced their workforce. So a lot of parents are not working, they are only depending on businesses so that they can feed their families. About over 25 older people that are spoke with make me to understand that all they are depending on now is for government to come to the field. Because if the government does not come to the field, some of them will die from starvation and it will be bringing on the virus. Some of them do not have the virus, but they are not actually seeking proper medical care and they are not actually been taking and following the necessary precautionary measures as it relates to COVID-19.
Okay, people, you have heard. We have people on the ground, so can you mute your microphone whenever you're done talking, please, to avoid the echo. So people, yes, so I went through the interview, I went through the video. Like I said, unfortunately we could not post the video. So this is it here. My Liberian people, let me put in my Liberian balance, my colloquia, my people can say I'm not speaking English. My people are big you. I can't tell God to big you. So we can help our people in Liberia. I have been doing it by myself, but now I cannot do it. But now I can't do it by myself. So I can't beg you, my people. I can't beg you. I can't hold your food. Let's help the people. So this is what we decided to do when it comes to the mask. We're not going to do the disposable mask because these people cannot afford the mask every day because If we use the disposable mask, what become of it after a day? They are to throw the disposable mask away and change it every day. For me, I can afford the disposable mask for myself and for my kids. So therefore, my kids changes the mask every day because it's disposable. So when they go to school, they go to camp, they come home, we trash it. But the people in Liberia cannot afford the disposable mask. So we have decided, my team and myself, that we are not going to give them a disposable mask. We are arranging to do the cloth mask where people fix the cloth masks. Okay, I'm not coming to tell you, say I'm buying stuff here to ship to Liberia. Before it reaches there, guess what happened? People be dead. So we have decided to buy these things in Liberia. So that's why we have come to you guys, just as we are, your own Liberian brothers and sisters. Let us put our differences aside. Let us not sit and say what the government is doing. The government cannot do everything. And I'll tell you, I live in this great nation, the United States of America. Guess what? At the time when the pandemic hit this nation, Donald Trump did not bring masks to my house. There was some wrong information that was given to us by Donald Trump as well. So let's do this. These things happen. Presidents sometimes get wrong information. Presidents cannot do everything by themselves. We are a nation. We are a people. What can we do to help our people? Let's say this. I remember 1990 I was in Liberia. I was in school. When Samuel Kayado said Sister Berita was killed, you don't worry. That was a wrong information that was given to us. And later on, the war went to where it, people perished, people died, there were a lot of casualties. So it's the same. It's the same. We got a wrong information from our former president of the United States. He did not come and say, everybody stay online, I will give you a mask. Even our present president did not come on and say, I will give you a mask. All he said to us is good, we have to wear our mask. And we know that the laws in the U.S. is different from the rules, the laws in Liberia. So it bothers me when people come and say, oh, this. No, that's Liberia. That's Liberia. Our president told us it's good to take the coronavirus shot. You raise an awareness to take the vaccine. People who felt the need to take the vaccine, they took it. It's not compulsory. Nothing. But let us realize the country that we migrated from, the country that we know, Liberia. We have our people. There are people in this United States who don't even have no relative in Liberia, so they don't care. But I've come to beg you guys today. Our Cash App members over there, all those that have contributed, I said thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you, and He will replenish whatever that you have spent. Our target is $2,000. Okay, we want to buy the first bucket. One of those buckets costs $10. One bucket is $10. So we are working towards buying at least about $300 bucket. So $10 for one bucket, 5 is $100. So 10 is what? 200, right? And how it go? $50, whatever. But we're trying to see if we could buy about 20 buckets to identify with, schools. We're not going to do communities because we cannot afford communities. We're going to identify with less fortunate home, like the homeless, they can say homeless mother home or whatever. These are the places we want to attack. We want to get the mask. And in the same token, the people need food. Our government cannot provide everything. Even as we go through the pandemic right now, there are certain people who can get food. There are certain people who can get food. There are certain people that earn food stamp. There are certain people who cannot get food stamp. That's how it rolls. They want more upon Liberia, where we have people that are less privileged. So I have come, my people, to say thank you and please help. For those of you who I talked to earlier and you guys contributed and has been a part, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys wholeheartedly, and I say thank you. And definitely, when you contribute towards this worthy cause, guess what happened? We make sure you are recognized. Hi, Cyrus Ishmael. We make sure that you are recognized, and we make sure that these people extend their thanks and blessing to you. So we want to provide about maybe 50 bags of rice. 50 bags of rice will be about 600 and change. We want to give it to the single mothers. We want to give it to the single fathers. We want to, even if it's just 1 cup of rice, the holidays about Independence Day, the people in Liberia, no job. We have done this before, and we can do this before. And this is an awareness for our people in Liberia. Coronavirus is real. I'll tell you, yes indeed, God protects his own. I'll tell you, March of 2020, I work in a coronavirus unit for months. For months. I know people perish, even in my family, even people that I know personally die from coronavirus. It is serious. My son said, it is not a joke. It's serious. Let us take this thing serious. Let us be there for our family. Don't look at me. Do I look like somebody who wants somebody money to eat? No. Because our people, we are noted for judging people for $20. If I cannot raise this for my brothers and my sister, guess what I'm going to do next week? I'm going to work up for 16 hours to be able to help my people. And one thing I have come to realize, and I know, who he called, he justified. And who he justified, he also glorified. If God had called me to this ministry to serve, he has given me the calling of Dorcas in the Bible, who was a giver. And I stand on it. And all the time I tell him, Lord, you have called me to do this. You have to provide for me. So, but I am appealing to people. Miss Obama, welcome, my sweetheart. Thank you for your support. Communities, clinics too, because they are places that are near to people. Yes. Are you people raising money to help some communities? Yes, Mr. Obama, and I will appreciate if you can bless our Cash App now. We are collecting money, sweetheart, to help people in Liberia. We want to get the cloth mask. We want to get the faucet bucket. I forgot to post the pictures because we did that. If you look on our flyer here, if you look at our flyer on here, you can see that whatever we did last year is right here. Our Divine will be on in the next 10 minutes. I just got a call from him to elaborate on the situation in Liberia as well. Yes, sweethearts, we are collecting money. So if you can even donate right now as I speak, I will give you a good donate. I just gotta make a little bit of fun here. So yes, we are collecting funds to be a blessing to people. Our Cash App number is right here, and all proceeds will go towards this cause. Our Cash App is Let's Talk About It Show. The reason is just Let's Talk About It Show. Muku is not there because it's too long. So it's Let's Talk About It Show. If you cannot get it, trust me, you will. That's the number, 763-339-6235. If for any reason you cannot afford to do it now at this moment, you cannot afford, because I live here and I know how things run. We have our bills, we have our responsibility, we have to take care of. Just message me on this number and say, Muku, I pledge. But how long can we wait for the pledge? Can we wait till the people die? No. So yes, we are collecting funds to help the children home. It's called Less Fortunate Home. The schools. We cannot afford to help a whole community because we have not reached there yet, but we know that we will reach there. So that's it, and we're going to play a little bit of our awareness music on coronavirus. Coronavirus is real. Let us take it serious. Let us wash our hands before and after. Every time we go to the bathroom, we wash our hands. That's why we want a faucet bucket where people can just, turn it on, and then they can be able to wash their hands. So let's listen to our awareness songs. Okay, let me post this here. Let's listen to our awareness song, and then we can have one or two, message till Divine comes on, because Divine has been out there getting a lot of, feedbacks and information that he would want to share with us. So I will just play some of our awareness music from all our musicians in Liberia that came together to raise awareness on coronavirus like they did during the Ebola. So let us listen to the music and let us take this serious. As you listen to this music, just think in retrospect, I got my family in Liberia. There's a child that needs you. There's a child that you can be a blessing to. There's a child you can give a little mask to, and the way they are safe. But the amazing thing about this whole coronavirus thing, let me tell you guys, I had a virus in my home. Let us take this serious when it comes to heating ourselves. Let me just give you a little bit of a regimen on how to treat yourself. In Liberia, we are blessed with natural herbs. We are blessed with this temple of heaven. This is how I used to heat myself during the heat of the virus. I used to go to work in the night. When I come home, I strip myself naked in my garage, no clothes, because I got my children here. But luckily for me, I attacked it before it attacked me. You put 2 or 3 drops of water in the hot water, 2 or 3 drops of metal temple of heaven in the water. If you don't have the temple of heaven, you put Vicks. The water gets hot. Like back home, our parents used to put the how they call the grass, lemongrass. My grandma used to boil the lemongrass and cover me up, and I inhale that lemongrass. So you just put the little temple of heaven in there. Wow, my cash app is going off with kitty bitty. I'm happy. My cash app is going up. I'm happy. Yeah. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. I know you wouldn't let me down. I know you guys are not going to let me down. So you put 2 or 3 drops in the hot water. You heat yourself. You don't have to have the coronavirus before you do this. You heat yourself twice a day. You put the water in a pot. It's hot. You don't have to be a big bucket of water, and you just cover yourself. I did this. I got some video on our Let's Talk About It with Muku and Divine YouTube channel. You can go there. You will watch the videos. Even the interview that was done in Liberia with the students, I have posted it on the YouTube channel as well. So then you drink your ginger. I used to take a ginger shot. I drink a cup of ginger till I went to the hospital. I started having, as bad acid reflux. And the doctor said, you need to stop. I said, I can't stop it. You got to give me something. And whatever he gave me, I was allergic to it. There was some allergic reaction and my face broke up. But God protects his own. So take heal. Ginger in Liberia, our normal thing. We can find it anywhere in the real hot one too. The lemon, you drink it hot. You drink your hot tea, the lemongrass tea. You don't have to go buy tea. You cut that thing there, man. You put it in the water, you boil it, and you drink it warm. We have to protect ourselves. Wash our hands before we eat. Wash our hands when we come from the bathroom. Those that can afford hand sanitizer, you travel with your hand sanitizer. I don't know about Clorox because I know bleach bleaches the skin is really bad. Our people are dying in Liberia. I've had a couple of friends who have perished in Liberia, and every time I ask, they say it's the coronavirus, and I sit and just cry and say, Lord, what is it? But who am I to complain? All we need to do is to be on the safe side and take heal proactive. We do not need to wait for the government to come and give us masks. So now we as family, we are people. I don't have a mother in Liberia. I don't have a father in Liberia. I don't have a brother, biological brother in Liberia. I don't have a biological sister in Liberia. I am one of the privileged ones. But guess what? I got my uncles. I don't have no grandparents in Liberia. I got uncles and I got cousins in Liberia. But am I just looking at my cousins and my uncles and my aunties? No. I'm talking about our people. So let us stand up and do what we can for our people. I ask God to beg you. My heart bleeds with sadness and say, please, I beg you. So let us listen to this wellness song that was produced by Juliani and her team while we take a break, and then when I come back, my co-host will emphasize, and maybe Divine will be on back then. So take a break.
Fellow citizens, a son of hope, like the musician union of Liberia on coronavirus. We are at a crossroad where the world is hit by coronavirus, declared as a epidemic, but there is hope.
This is Julian, you know, shaking. Let's serve humanity with great humility, with empathy, emerge victorious. The world is a big old place, but it's a global feeling. Let's show love and care to the world. There is hope, the world will find a vaccine. You will never win coronavirus. Vaccine, you will never win coronavirus.
I know I cannot see, but coronavirus doesn't care who's blind or who can see. We wash our hands with soap and water every day, or use sanitizer. God, forgive us. Save the world and stop coronavirus. God, forgive us. Save the world and stop coronavirus.
I said together we can do it, yeah. Together we can make it, we can see ya chere up with chile. I said together we can do it, we can do it. Together we can make it, corona ya chere, yeah. Wash your hand, I wash my hand. But hey, you spell my bread up, man. Don't touch your friend, don't touch your friend. I know you spell my bread up, man.
The whole world is hate with a virus. Coronavirus, you can never break us. Together we can fight and overcome it. Let's join hands and unite the world. We are resilient people. We will never be broken. We will never be broken with this coronavirus.
All people and all nations, this is the way go. Hey, how did we get here?
Coronavirus never coming here, it's there. Look, not for you, Liberia, not for you. If we unite our brothers and sisters, we can heal the world. For real, let's be positive, no negativity. For better, for worse, we can save Liberia.
Fellow Liberians, let us all continue to wash our hands often with soap, clean water, or use sanitizer at all times. The government of Liberia will stand by you, work with you, and work for you until we kick coronavirus out of Liberia, our motherland.
Òbí wá tí àwọn ọ̀hẹ́ òde o, òde o, òde o. Don't stand there, go away, ṣọ́fẹ̀ o, ṣọ́fẹ̀.
We can fight this coronavirus together. Let us kick it swiftly into the Atlantic Ocean. Right now, everybody say right now.
Liberians, we are strong, truly made of African iron. May God bless Liberia from this deadly virus.
Yo, I'm telling you all the truth, my people, that not Coloma. You heard about the virus, the people called Corona. The CC people live out there making people get travel. No hugging, no shaking hands, no to my meeting friends, don't take that chance.
There is hope, there is hope. That's what I say, there is hope.
I want you to make us strong, stronger. Together we will keep coronavirus COVID-19 out of my Liberia.
Take exercise, keep the body heated. Together coronavirus is defeated. Don't shake hands, use sanitizer. No hugging your friend, it's serious. You already know. C to the O.
Fellow citizens, together we are stronger. In union strong, success is sure. With God above, our rise to prove we will overall prevail. With valor, unpretending, long live Liberia happy land, the home of glorious liberty by God's command. George Manuel.
The whole world is hate with a virus. Coronavirus, you can never break us. Together we can fight and overcome it. Let's join hands and unite the world.
You will not last long, coronavirus, as long as we fight it together. We are humans and we will overcome you, overcome you.
I no more hugging, no kissing, no touching, no more handshaking. Wash your hand clean before eating and drinking. Keep your community clean, no more gathering. Tell you my youth, Corona is in town. Tell you.
Oh, our health workers there, nurses, doctors, scientists, and social workers. That fight Corona with social distancing. We salute all of you.
Our continent in the world. 8 bodies, vicious killer. Corona. We will make it back as coming. We will find a cure. We will find a cure.
And not for play. Let's keep on watching our hands now. Telling it to everyone, every day and every hour. Cleaning your environment. Corona is real. Oh, everywhere you go. Wash your hands. Even your home.
We say Dr. George Manuel, President of the Republic of Liberia. We say thank you for the fight against coronavirus.
We say thank you to the Morovia State government. Mayor Jefferson Tamakuchi for your support to the Musicians Union. As we keep coronavirus out of the world. The whole world is hate with a virus. Coronavirus, you can never break us. Together we can fight and overcome it. Let's join hands and unite the world.
Greetings, my fellow Liberians. I am Mr. A.B. Shaffer-Kroma. Remember I say coronavirus is real and deadly. Please follow all precautionary measures from the government and health authorities and be safe. Thank you.
Crusaders for Peace.
Hello, partner. Welcome. Where are you?
Thank you so much for the invite, and I appreciate the time once again to be on this unique platform of yours.
So, partner, just briefly give us some information on the virus and the need of the people in Liberia, which of course I trust. I see you wearing mask and all nice. Serious.
We must practicalize what we actually preach in a sense, because you cannot be telling the people to follow the health safety measures, and you yourself are putting into practice what you are actually telling the people to do. We should live by example, you know. So that's why you see some of us wearing our mask. I'm not wearing masks right now
Because
because
you're in
I'm
the
in
studio.
the studio, so I'm not going to suffocate myself, and because I want to show that indeed people need to wear a mask and stuff like that.
Yeah. So what the situation is like when it comes to the healthcare and the virus spreading in Liberia. We're actually trying to get a healthcare worker who wants to come on, so that's why he busy. So what's the situation is like? You know, is it like America when people were perishing, no hospital bed, people cannot get oxygen because we went through the same thing here, and just imagine our poor nation Liberia.
Partner must be real and emphatic on this matter. In winning this fight against COVID, we must be serious around here. We all know that COVID-19 is a deadly disease, and for the matter of fact, Liberia is no exception to the world. We are battling this deadly disease. But it will interest you to know that Liberia is one country that is so unique. When we get ourselves involved with things, we do it over plus. So I say that to say, now we all are in this fight against COVID-19, but we must be serious and true to ourselves. We cannot have a filthy state where our streets are all dirty, our communities are dirty. Then we say we are fighting coronavirus. That's deception in itself. Is deception in itself. If we are to fight the virus, we must first come to mind before this virus could come into play. We had cholera, we had typhoid, we have malaria, and all of these stuff. You name all of these diseases that we actually been battling along the years. But COVID-19 is more like putting all of them together in one batch to deteriorate the human body. So how can our communities and our streets be dirty? We've been asked to wear masks. We've been asked to wash our hands. Then the rats and roaches are living with us in our homes. The mosquitoes are in our homes. And then we have our streets being filtered, where you have, it is rainy season right now. The dump part, the garbage, all filled all on the streets. The water, we roll into the community. Our wells, we don't, Liberia, when it comes to, in our simple Liberian way, it comes to our pump water, we're not too much involved into that thing. But our little wells and pumps that we normally take our drinking water from, they are all contaminated from the garbages, the water, when it rains. We have flooding situation in the country right now. So, the dump part, the water will pass through the dump part, get into the community. From the community, we go and get the water from the well. Those water will not be treated well. We drink them. We cook with them. We take bath with them. Forgetting to know that all of these things are connected to illnesses that are linked to coronavirus. If we are fighting, how serious are we? We must first take out the time to clean our environment. Then we start talking about wearing a mask, social distancing, and all of stuff like that. But in the absence of those things, we just be wasting our time. And it will be a charade. I would say it will be a charade. Most of the environment, make sure that our city is clean and green. Then we start to battle the virus. Then whenever I go out, before I touch something, I will wash my hands. But I can be washing my hands at the same time. We have a dirty community. We have a dirty street. Going out there, people go to the hospital, no bed. This is a normal thing, even before COVID-19 could get serious. No bed, no bed. It's a normal phenomenon. It has become a norm for the health sector in Liberia. So I don't even count on that. More to that, you have the kind of deadly disease. And what is so troubling here is this. We must be real. All of the bodies, all of the recordings that we are receiving now, all the number is increasing. Trust me, somebody, no bed, that person died. The next thing, that death will be recorded as a COVID death. That is deception by itself. We don't have a strong health system, and then no bad, somebody died from some kind of different illness, but it's been recorded. So most of the deaths that with the numbers we covering here, they are linked to things that are not even associated with COVID. I must say this for free.
It happened here, though. It happened here. I think we had a guy that died too, and it was like, oh, that's COVID, and the girl and his daughter came and said, no, my dad did not die from COVID. So it was like that here. Every death at the time, they blamed it on COVID. But let's talk about the community being dirty. The community be dirty. Who do you blame for your community be dirty? Let's forget about the public streets. Because when it comes to the public street, it's public. Who do you blame for your community be dirty? Because sometimes the bottom people, oh my God, the place dirty. Who is responsible?
Initially, I stated that we all are playing deceit with ourselves. The community dwellers, the government, and those authorities that are responsible for such a thing, we are playing the deception with ourselves because nobody will go into your home to clean your home. Absolutely, government will not come into your home to clean your home. You yourself, you know within yourself, you need to clean your environment. That's why we have the municipal governance. So with that, community dwellers, since the government is not playing her part in that role, what are you doing, community dwellers? Young boys and girls in the community, put yourself together, make sure you clean the environment. We know that today is first Saturday, right? Today is first Saturday. And there is this instruction being given. People will clean their communities, and then they are instructed to take the dikes, send the trucks will not go in the community. They are instructed to take the dikes on the main road so that these dikes can be taken away by the municipal government. Those dikes will be taken away from the community and placed on the streets. They will stay there for weeks, and even the extension to a month. And the relevant authority, they won't take key attention to those things. You have instructed the people to clean the community. Yes, they have done it. You instructed them to bring the dike on the street. They brought it. It is your duty to take it from the street. Because mind you, if somebody see a part of dike in front of Spoon FM and they are passing on their own dike, they know that place is designated for dike. So what they're going to do, they'll put their own dike there. So who's responsible to take it from there? The municipal government. So the community dwellers are also involved in this thing. There are other communities that are doing well, cleaning the environment and placing the dike to those areas that they've been instructed to place it. But mind you, the municipal government will not do the needful to take the dike from the community. Those dikes were part of like the Steven Tower Estate, where Digamo is. I was there on yesterday. I saw because we've been on this loud mob thing of the filthiness of our communities and our streets. So we see them, they have taken up the time now to start to clean the streets. I saw on yesterday evening when we went for the burial of our friend Warren G. We saw them cleaning the dike from Tegamu Junction. We saw them cleaning the dike from Junction and other areas. So more needs to be done. Our leaders know the right thing, but the willpower to be doing, they were like you alive.
Divine, another thing that raised my concern when it comes to the coronavirus, I heard people, I don't know if it's politics or it's for real. I hear people talking about the Indians are coming to the country and they are not being tested. And I even had a friend that just came from Liberia, and I was told by her once her $75 were paid, they did not bother. Even one of my friends asked me, and he said that, they asked him if he wanted a positive result or a negative result. So is the whole coronavirus thing becoming a business, a money-making thing in Africa? Let me tell you something. Liberia, the thing that bothered me about the whole coronavirus thing, they pay the cash there. I just obtained a visa for Ghana and Nigeria, and they require you to pay $150, but guess where? Online. It's not delivered like $75 given to you in person and they forget about you. So is it true that those that have been placed at the airport, that have been trusted with this job to do this thing, is it true that They're not doing the coronavirus test, they're just taking the money and making business out of it. Because people talking about Indians coming to Liberia. And I saw something about it, somebody got down my throat. First of all, with the pandemic in India, everywhere has been on lockdown. There were no planes going in or out, right? It was only relief organization going into that country at the time. I don't know if it's still that way. But how did the India come to Liberia with that strain? And is it true that they're not doing the coronavirus test?
Well, I can say emphatically because I've not gone out to do my own findings as it relates to what you are alleging to, but allegedly those are information that we are receiving. Allegedly those are information we are receiving. But what I have as first-hand information, I encountered a gentleman who worked for an Indian, one of these big business areas here. And this gentleman called me. He said, look, we have a situation at our office here. We noticed that two of our bosses are showing signs and symptoms of COVID-19. Can you help us get the Ministry of Health and those relevant authorities aware so that they can come and do their own findings to see how best this thing can be put to rest? So I made all of the contact efforts to get in contact with the Minister of Health. I contacted the public relation officer as well, and they had told me that they were going to do the needful to send out men. I don't know where the sound coming from. Send out men to see how they can get this thing under control. From the morning hours up to late in the evening, the guy kept calling me. Day one passed. Day two, I reinforced my calls. And that's how the minister, I gave instruction to the Monserrato health team to actually go there. But let me make sure if they went there. I called the public relation officer. Oh, okay, let me see. They said they were going there, but let me see if they will go there or they went there. Afterwards, when I called the guy said they are not going there. I kept calling them. Immediately after all those calls, the guy called me back and said the people went there. And when they went there, guess what? They went in the offices of that institution. Later on, I come in. That's the drama. Later on, the guy said the people left without taking those individuals from there. Then he said, Senior Brother Rufus, this too is Liberia. Thank you for the effort. I'm not going to go to that place until we get positive results from there, that these people are taken away from that area because they have their home upstairs and downstairs is the business area. This is where we are. Deception is the order of the day. We will say the lot. We will say a lot. Oh, let us go to this place. Just the other day, in that same week, last week, they were all on the radio. Just go and take the second dose of the vaccine. That's why people went to those areas that are decimated. There's no vaccine.
Wow.
Asking we were told to come to this place. Just an hour from a program where one of the health practitioner, one of the guys from Ministry of Health and that of MPhil was on the radio, giving people instruction to go to this place, go to that place. When they went there, trust me, no vaccine. So the guys had to come to the station and say, but we've been pushed around. We've been to all of the places that they have instructed us to go to take the second dose of the vaccine. We've been told that nothing is happening here. Where are we? Total deception.
Wow. This is serious. This is so sad. And we are taking this for a joke. We have had healthcare workers who have perished in this country for coronavirus. I'm telling you. Malika said this is not a joke. This is serious. So Tigamo, what's your take on what Rufus was saying? Can you unmute your microphone?
So let me
Rufus, teach me how to do it.
Yeah, let me briefly say that Rufus has actually kept the hammer on the head of the wheel. All what he has said here, all reality is because if you go in the government video, not only Stephen Tobo, but toward the government video, there are power everywhere. Everyone waiting for government intervention before they can take their own community. Even before some people's houses, there are power everywhere. So if we are to fight coronavirus, we must prioritize our own health. We must make sure to clean our community. Not only that, the denial system, also present. It is encouraging to know that last night, police were at the Stephen Tower Estate Junction, beating people were writing, and they didn't have those masks on. That incident took place at 7 p.m. yesterday.
But you see here, one thing I would say about wearing this mask thing, I think that falls. You know, the Bible said Rufus, and you know, during the day of John the Baptist, the kingdom of heaven suffer violence, violence taken by force. When the people are in the temple gambling, and God was telling them, Jesus was telling them, why you doing God first? He took the whip and started to whip them. You know why? It's one of my friends from Kenya, she was telling me. She said, in Kenya, if they don't see you wearing your mask, guess what happened? They whip you. So I think with that, I don't think it's a problem. If we're going to take the first for the people to wear the mask and protect themselves and protect the family and others, I think that's a good idea. Because verbally, they say you wear your mask. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. She said, no, son, please. Son, please. Wata Kamara said, no, son. I don't know if she's not hearing me, but I think other people can hear
What I
me.
need to check her gadget.
For you on this side. But the thing is that I think they should take it by force because they're doing it the easy way. It's like a child. Like my children, my two young kids. You tell them, don't do this in a very moderate way. Quiet way, don't do that. Stop that. And they continuously do what you're telling them that is wrong, don't do it. But once you raise your voice at them, they realize, oh yes, it's serious. So whipping people to wear masks, I think that's a plus. Even if a government official don't have a mask, I think they should be flogged too. Because yes, if a government official don't have a mask on, they need to be flogged.
You know who I am? You know who I am?
No, it's not about, let it not be who I am, you know who I am, who am I, whatever, you know me, you know my position. Because if you preaching and you're not living by what you're preaching, then what the essence? So if a government official or anybody who stands in authority,
Muku, let me just put in a little bit of politics. Should we say the president who he violated? I saw him standing with France president. They never had a mask. You are muted. Mugu, come back. You are muted. I'm not hearing you.
Well, I don't know what the position was. I don't know if they were at one gatherings, but if it were just here, the president, the prime minister, there were three. That's what I'm saying. Were they like out there and not to the private area?
Whether it be private, in as much, there are two persons. You must wear your mask at all times.
That's what I'm saying. All depends, though. All depends the relationship. Divine, if you and me together, I wouldn't wear a mask because I trust that you're okay.
No, COVID-19 do not have relationship.
Okay, but then it was wrong. Like I said, nobody should be above the Lord. And one thing that bothers,
that means we should lead by example.
Exactly. So he was wrong. That's what I'm just saying. You know, every time I talk, people can be like, oh, when it comes to George, we are there, you know, whatever. But that's not so. When he's doing wrong, I say it. When it's right, I say it. I know people be like, oh yeah, you coming to talk about we are now, you and Faith, you will argue, and no, that's not it. Like I said, all depends on, you know, who this man is. You don't know that relationship. Okay, social distancing, we talk about social distancing. Now your immediate friends and family who live in the house or you're close, you'll see each other all the time. But he have to lead by example. You cannot be preaching genocide and you're not doing it. And one thing that bothered me in Liberia, let me tell you guys, when they say wear your mask, They did not say put your mask under your nose. It's a respiratory illness, respiratory virus in the air. When you sneeze, you give it to people. The people say wear your mask. They did not say put it on top of your mouth only. People wear masks. This is an I-95 mask that is given to us to our job. When they say wear your mask, you do.
The headphone is there. The headphone is there, so we go.
Oh, hold on. You wear a mask like that. This is a killer. I will not lie to you. It's kind of tough to wear this mask and to keep it on for 8 hours or 16 hours. To keep it on for 8 or 16 hours. There's two rope go back, but when they say wear your mask, this is how. For this kind of mask, this rope go back to my hair, but you know I got a lot of hair here, so it's kind of difficult looking. So this is how you wear your mask, family, friends, people. You cover your nose and your mouth. Not people. I see people with us wearing the mask like this. I see people a lot of time. Even the president, I saw him wearing a mask like this.
No, and now you gotta bring the president inside, so you might bring inside to that people.
You know the president, and you know that my whole hat. Well, yes, I see you wearing a mask like this. So I'm wondering, are you really protecting yourself? Are you really protecting yourself? This is
Let's look at another thing too, Muku. Let's look at another thing. There are people with different health problems. You cannot have somebody with asthma to keep marks on their nose or their nose.
Does the president have asthma? Does the president have asthma?
When some of us were growing up as kids, we learned that hygiene, the breath that you put out and the breath that you take in, all those things, you know, the bad breath goes out and you take in the fresh air. So it helps the lungs. So that's why I'm saying here, this virus is a calculated attempt. I'm not going to go for it. Because I have to keep marks on my face or on my nose for that long period of time. I'm putting up bad air. And I get to understand that the moisture that getting on that cloth I got on my mouth is also getting back in my nostrils. I'm infecting myself again.
So Rufus, that's why they say when you are 7 feet away, yes, you can take out your mask a little bit when 7 feet away. Now, even if you watch our talk show hosts and thing now, people come back to doing a talk show. They're sitting 7 feet away, they don't have mask on.
Look, why had a conversation? What I come out say? I'm not to use mask. I beg you, what I.
There are a lot of people who complain about this having some breath. So we can actually put that on anxiety. But you don't have to keep the mask on so you are alone. You can put that mask on so you are not upset. So when you are with people or at home, you have to keep your mask. And what's up there? You put a mask here, right? So it's what I'm going to do. But I think I'm not for like 7 minutes. Just started with alcohol.
You sounding, you need to come closer to your gadgets. You sounding so far, we can barely hear you.
You get me now? Yes, so what I was saying is that a lot of people complain about having short breath. If you tell them to keep the mask on, they'll say, oh, for me, I have short breath. Like some students that I interviewed, most of them complain about having short breath. So what I told them was that when you are alone, you can take off your mask. But since you are in the public and you are in gallery, you have to keep your mask on. And if we have to keep our mask on, like for me, what I usually do, I just insert my mask with my alcohol. So after 30 minutes, I can place the alcohol back in the mask and put it back on. that can help me and I can breathe better.
So with us, like we did last year, I think he's on the other line. So like we did for people who just coming on, people has been coming in and out. So, but for people who've been coming on, we are raising funds, and our Cash App number is right there. Our Cash App, that's our Cash App number, and our Cash App name is Let's Talk About It with, with show, because that's our Cash App there. Let's Talk About It show. That's our Cash App number, and we trying to raise funds to provide the mask, and we're going to be providing the cloth mask, like I said, because if we do the disposable mask, what becomes of it after a day, because you're supposed to change it every day. You can't continuously wear it, it gets dirty, then you keep wearing it, then you end up with some respiratory problem, probably you get sinus infection and stuff like that, because wearing one mask over and over, no, you have to change your mask. So because it's Liberia, people cannot afford to change their mask all the time. With us, like we did last year, we donated faucet bucket and rice, right? So now this year we're trying to get rice, the faucet bucket, and the mask, but we'll do the cloth mask. So the time we're not going to run after, getting like a vendor to sew the mask for us and buy it, and we'll go to the various schools. We cannot afford communities because communities are huge. We have not reached to the point to be able to afford a whole community. So we're going to be doing schools, we're going to be doing like, those little clinics, the little clinics and the motherless, the orphanage homes and stuff like that. We're going to be doing that as well. So we're going to be doing a cloth mask, and like I tell the people, everybody who will contribute towards this cause, everybody who contribute towards this cause, I want them to know that God will replenish whatever. Even if it's $1, God will bless that person for donating $1 to save a life. It's the pandemic, people need food, so we decided we'll feed them, we'll get a mask, and we'll try our best to get them some hand sanitizers and give them what else? The faucet bucket. So we're working on that with us. So anything much you got to say, and then we can play 1 or 2 hours. I love the awareness of coronavirus music from Liberia. I love it, and Courtney Adam too, but for some reason when I play her music, my life will be mute, so I'm not going to be playing that. So anything with us, tell our person to view me partner. So like I said, anything you want to say because of the need of the people, people has donated to me or contributed towards this cause, and there are people who come and say, okay, I will do it. To one point somebody told me I would really love to give you $1,000, but I cannot claim it on my taxes. But that my big brother and I were rapping, so maybe he will make something happen. So, but anyway, so that's where we are, people. If you can give $1, I would say I'm grateful for $1. If you can give $25 and you feed the $25, I'm grateful. God has called me. He has given me what? The Douglas calling to be a giver. So, and he always provide. But like I said, our target is $2,000. If I can't reach the $2,000, I'll be looking for hours to work some doubles to do what I have to do for my people in Liberia. So this is it, Rufus, and I turn it to you guys. And Tikamo, thank you for the awesome job. You, Mel, and Samuel, you guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. I want you guys to know that this is just a start. Doing Matari Joy Makami in the morning. Weeping may you do for a night. Rufus, I push you, but joy comes in the morning. So, I want you guys to know we get better. We will get to where we're supposed to be. And, just by doing this, walking, running, going out there, making sure, finding out the need of the people giving us information, you guys are blessed. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. And I prophesy whatever you lay your hands on will prosper. Don't take it for joke. Don't take it for joke. The prophet are ready now. I'm ready. The prophetess ready now. You see, my brother watching my brother a pastor. He can call me the prophetess. So I'm calling now. The prophetess is ready to prophesy. So Tigamo, what happened to the healthcare worker? He's not available. So next time we'll get him on. And my auntie too, she's a nurse in Liberia. We're gonna put some of the team together in order to bring them on to express, how things like in Liberia. And I got a couple of my nephew who's doctor. They are in Tapetan? Is that Tapetan? Or Sunny Code, the big hospital. Tapetan. So I will try to talk to them and get them on to express, the situation in Liberia. So that's where we are. Anything else to say? I love you guys with the love of God, and I want you to know I love you forever. This year, my lifetime relationships with God here too. So Panama, what else? What can say to the people for the contributions?
All we need to do is to do the needful and make sure that we keep safe, put God first, and we apply the basic health protocols so that we look forward to God said in His word He will protect His own in a way. So in as much God will protect His own, He will also keep in tune, making sure to know Him for ourselves, because we are in the end time. There are a lot of things going on. I was amazed on yesterday when we went to get the body of our friend and brother, the late Warren G. Prince Kuma. We were told, I did some assessment and stuff like that. Just in a week at the cemetery, the guy said, just this week, down to one person. Down to one person, just this week, down to one person were buried. He ain't talking about any other week, but just a week, down to one person. So what about all of you? And I was viewing one of our podcasts that was actually carrying one of those funerals. I saw it in the hall of the funeral home. Of the funeral home. As for why the other body service were on, I saw 5 other caskets just positioned, waiting to be served in terms of the service. Can you imagine that? It's time that we get to move up on ourselves.
My stomach hurts.
Because, mind you, the everythings are so enjoyable. But guess what? When you die, where will your soul go? And people are doing a lot of things. I told somebody the other day, on Sunday, I was saying, in Liberia, we just feel this and that. But guess what? God is angry with this nation.
The whole world.
No, I'm not looking at the world. Liberia, there are a lot of things. I'm not looking at coronavirus. This has nothing to do with coronavirus. There are a lot of things unfolding in this country that it is because of the fervent prayer of the faithful that's still in the land, like Sodom and Gomorrah. Because of the fervent prayer of the faithful in the land, that what God has not come up with His wrath in that kind of anger mood. You see a lot of deaths, accidents.
Mercy said no. Mercy said no.
Accidents, you find that people dying from all kinds of illnesses that they shouldn't be dying from. You go to a hospital, there's no bed. And the worst thing about it, some of these hospitals, they are monetizing this thing. There's no bed. You go check, there are beds there. But you must pay money
to people who got more money.
You must pay before they admit your patient. Why you think these things are happening? So I said to myself, if our leaders, I gave an example of Charles Taylor, as wicked as people think he was, but when the war, the World War II, the last part of it came, Taylor saw to it and he said, look, it's not about me. You know what? They had a service, a national service at the stadium. He said, and I quote, if I'm the problem, Lord, I turn Liberia over to you. You lead us, and we follow. I said this thing on Sunday, and I'm saying it again. Our leader, our president, the leader is quote unquote next to God. Our president should do all he can to publicly give Liberia back to God. His leadership will succeed. If he cannot do that, there will be a lot of troubling times. There will be a lot of troubling times. I'm saying that without fear or favor. He needs to look at God to be the source of his leadership and not man.
But that's what he's saying. If you lack wisdom, ask of it.
He may go to all of the nations seeking help. They won't help him. Where his help comes from is from up there. If he can't focus his attention and give Liberia back to God, come on, trust me, they will just do, but in vain. Except the Lord watch, the one who watches, watch in vain. I'll stop this far.
That's what the Bible says. If you lack wisdom, let him ask of it, and wisdom and knowledge come from him. But in the same token, we as Christians, we have to prove our leaders, not only our president, our leaders, that God will grant them the wisdom, understanding, and knowledge to rule our nation, not only get you on Facebook Live everything to talk nonsense. Now the coronavirus in Liberia, most of them are run away, they're not in Liberia because they got privilege to travel out of the nation. Innocent people dying, but because they got means to run to Ghana and Nigeria, so they go. They need to invest in the healthcare sector. That's what they need to do. They need to put more money in the healthcare sector, and they can do it. They can do it. They can do it. And another thing, our people who are trusted to do the job need to do it wholeheartedly and don't look at money. But then when you sit and think about it, when there's poverty in the land, that's where you find a lot of corruption going on too. Because everybody wants to survive. Being underpaid. How can a doctor and nurses be underpaid? $300 a month. Are you serious? Are you serious? But all we can do, we have to do what we can do for our people in our nation, Liberia. Our people, the children. Oh my God, those little children. Rufus had a little girl. You haven't gotten back to me about her.
Well, I tried getting in contact with the lady that I saw the kid with, but I will do what I can do, hopefully by God's grace this week, Monday or so, to go back and see whether we can have a direct contact with the parents.
Yes, so you guys, thank you so much. So you guys know that we collecting money to provide masks, faucet bucket, hand sanitizer, and what else again? Rice, food for our people in Liberia. And also, behind closed door, we do a lot of things, Divine and I. We pay people school fee, we pay people rent, we help people in Liberia. Where all this money coming from? Where it coming from? Our health comes from God. So I love you guys and thank you so much for watching. And coronavirus is real. Let us take it serious. Marika said this is not a joke. It's very, very serious. So Divine, thank you very much. And Tikamo Dolo. I had to learn how to pronounce her name. Tikamo. That mano or pele or basa name Tikamo. That don't mind me. So everybody, thank you, and let's listen to our president awareness and call it a day.
The Liberian president, George Opomane Gbegugbewiya, has done a music project called Let's Fight Corona. So listen to this song as he spares a message.
We are project. Liberia, Mama Liberia, must all rise. Let's stand together to fight Corona.
Corona.
security. Everything is possible. It could be your mama,
Papa, brothers and sisters.
Let's stand together. Fight this deadly disease now. Walk on the wall with living. Follow and sensitivity. No security. Everything is possible. It could be your mother, your father, be your sister. Let's stand together. Fight this deadly disease. From Asia to Europe. Europe to America. America to Africa. Caution. It could be your mama, your brother, sister, father. Let's stand together. Mama Liberia. God bless Mama Liberia and the rest of the world.
Let's rise, together to fight Corona. Let's rise, together to fight Corona.
Coronavirus spreads via droplets. When a person coughs or sneezes, the droplets land on surfaces and are picked up on the hands of others and spread further. People catch the virus when they touch their infected hands to their mouth, nose, or eyes. It follows that the single most important thing you can do to protect yourself is keep your hands clean by washing them frequently with soap and water or hand sanitizer. What is the incubation period of COVID-19? It is where that symptoms are showing up in people within 14 days of exposure to the virus. What are the symptoms of COVID-19? COVID-19 symptoms include cough, fever, shortness of breath. In rare cases, COVID-19 can lead to severe respiratory problem, kidney failure, or death. If you have a fever or any kind of respiratory difficulty, such as coughing and shortness of breath, call your doctor.